Do you know in Quran there are these 3 verses, and if you recite them, that can make you go invisible. Assalamualaikum everybody, this is Yuka Speaks. My name is Yuka Tasnim, and yes, whatever you just heard right now is absolutely true. And this is not some kind of Harry Potter thing going on where you like chant something and you like become invisible. No, has to be some given situations where these verses will work. And yes, this is absolutely true that there are some verses in Holy Quran that can make you go like, people not see you. So do not go onto your friends or onto your parents and pull a prank onto them. Oh look, I have become invisible and stuff like that, because this will only work when you are in danger, when there is fear in your heart and you are expecting some kind of harm from other people. And in that situation, if you recite these verses, Allah Rabbul Alamin will answer you, and yeah, you will become invisible and you can rescue yourself from that harm. So yes, you have to have absolute faith on Allah Rabbul Alamin, and you have to have tawakkul. And even if you may ask yourself, do I have enough tawakkul on Allah Rabbul Alamin? But look, when you're in danger, things are very different. Just pray unto Allah Rabbul Alamin, ask him to give you that protection. And Allah Rabbul Alamin himself said that whenever people are in these 3 situations, I immediately answer their duas or their prayers. And these 3 situations are: number 1, when you have fear in your heart; number 2, when you have tears in your eyes; and number 3 is when your body is shaking. In these 3 situations, Allah Rabbul Alamin answers the duas immediately. Now let's go back to 1400 years to our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So when our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was preaching Islam in the city of Makkah, he had a lot of enemies, right? And his own enemies were from his own tribe, the Quraysh. The Quraysh leaders were not liking what our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was doing, and they wanted to stop him, because all the messages that Allah Rabbul Alamin is one, and our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is his messenger, and there is going to be this day, the day of judgment after we die. All these aspects of Quran was actually a threat to them, to their power and to their idol worshipping, right? So they wanted to stop him, and they actually used a lot of tactics. They tried to bribe our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They tried to talk him with reasons and love and everything. And when that did not work, they started to abuse him verbally, emotionally, psychologically. And that, though Allah Rabbul Alamin has given him enough protection, this special protection onto our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, but still these things were very, very hurtful. So whenever our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam would expect some kind of harm from the enemies, like let's say he's like walking down the streets of Makkah and there are groups of people who are the enemies of Allah Rabbul Alamin and his Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he would recite then these duas, and Allah Rabbul Alamin would put a veil on the enemies, on like especially on their eyes and everything, so that they would not be able to see our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and he would just walk right past them. Okay, and not only our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam applied it, there was this one man, a Muslim man, who went to the Roman Empire, not to the emperor, but the city of Rome, for some kind of business matters, to do some kind of work, or it was work related. And at that time, Rome was against Islam and against Muslims. Like, it was also a very big threat for them. So when the Roman soldiers understood that this man is a Muslim, they wanted to capture him and torture him, right? So that man ran for his life, and when he could not run anymore and the soldiers were catching up to him, he recited this dua, because he remembered his Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did the same, and he copied. And when he recited this dua, the soldiers, again Allah Rabbul Alamin put a veil onto them, and the soldiers could not see him. He was literally standing right there, and the soldiers were searching for him everywhere. Like, where did this man go? He was just right there, right? So they searched for him enough, like all through the place where they were like searching for him, and then they went back. So that's how the man saved himself. So yeah, this is something, please, especially I would recommend this to women, because we women, when we are like walking down on the streets, may it be day or night, we have to face a lot of like dangers and harm from other people. So this is something that might come in handy for you. So to understand why the verses work like this, we have to also understand the fact that what is Quran? Because Quran is a book that gives you laws, that gives you stability to your life, to your community, to your society. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. I think Quran is a love letter. It's absolutely a love letter from the creator to his creations. That's how I see Quran. But yeah, since Quran came from Allah Rabbul Alamin, from the seven heavens, it also has that, supernatural element to it. And if you can maintain yourself or maintain your faith to that level, then I absolutely believe that you can harness that secret power of Quran in your daily life. Okay, so now let's see what are these ayats that can make you invisible. So these three ayats are from three different surahs. So Surah al-Kahf, ayat 57. Surely we have put covers on their hearts so that they do not understand it, and deafness in their ears. Surah an-Nahl, ayat 108. Those are the ones Allah has put a seal on whose hearts and hearing and vision. Surah al-Jathiyah, ayat 23. Have you seen the one who has taken his own desire as God, while Allah has let him go astray because of knowledge, and has set a seal upon his hearing and his heart, and placed over his vision a veil? So Allah Rabbul Alamin is addressing or is talking about disbelievers who absolutely refuse to see the truth. The truth is Allah is one. His Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the last messenger, and there is going to be a day of judgment. This is the truth, and this is the message of Islam, right? So before Allah Rabbul Alamin putting a veil, okay, let's talk about these three ayats. If you see, these three ayats have one thing in common. Allah Rabbul Alamin has said that I have put a veil onto their heart, I have put a veil onto their ears and eyes. Like they cannot literally see the truth. And this is because, and we can see this in our time and also our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's time, the disbelievers, due to their arrogance, due to their, stubbornness, they absolutely refuse to accept the truth. And they have been given a lot of chances, they have been given a lot of reasons, proofs, etc., etc., to make them understand that, look, God is one. So please bring faith onto that God, Allah Rabbul Alamin, and his last messenger, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But due to various reasons, and this is very interesting, if you study the early Islamic history, then you will understand that how arrogant these people were. And the most amusing thing is, this kind of people still exist within our time. They do not want to accept that, there has to be one God who has designed everything, who maintains us, who maintains the nature, who maintains this whole, galaxy and space and time and everything. They cannot. So after giving them enough chances, like countless reasons, countless proofs, Allah Rabbul Alamin has stopped negotiating with them. And there's this one famous conversation where Allah Rabbul Alamin is addressing his Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and he said that even if I were to open a door in one of my skies, still then the disbelievers of your land will say that, oh Muhammad, you are such a good magician. They will call you a magician, but still they won't accept your message, and they will not accept you as a messenger. So Allah Rabbul Alamin has stopped entirely negotiating with them, has stopped entirely, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has stopped wasting his time onto these people. And that is when these three verses have been revealed, where Allah Rabbul Alamin has said, look, we have dealt with you enough. Now, you are under our punishment. And punishment is, you can never see the truth. Allah Rabbul Alamin has put a veil on everything, on all the faculties which you could have used to see the truth. And the most amazing thing is, these people do not even realize that they are under a punishment, that they are serving a punishment. Allah Rabbul Alamin has created this environment around them wherein they live such a delusional life that they don't even realize that one day they are going to die and they're going to come in front of our Lord, Allah Rabbul Alamin, right? Now, why do these verses make you invisible? Okay, when you recite these verses as a believer, as someone who accepts that there is only one God and no partnership can be created with him, and our last messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was his messenger, then you become the manifestation of that truth, the truth that Allah Rabbul Alamin has revealed through Quran to our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that was meant for mankind. Because you have believed, now you yourself are the truth. And since they have disbelieved, they are not on the truth. And since they are not on that truth, they cannot see you, and Allah Rabbul Alamin has put a veil onto their heart, onto their eyes, onto their ears, the same way He has put a veil so that they cannot accept or see Allah Rabbul Alamin's truth, which is the Quran. In that way, for that particular moment, in that dangerous moment, Allah Rabbul Alamin puts a veil onto those people so they cannot see you, who is also the truth. I hope I could make you understand with my simple logic and explanation and my words why these verses work the way they are and why it has that power to make you go invisible. Okay, so I hope you, every time you watch my videos, you are learning something about Quran, something about Islam, something about our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and different aspects of Islam and everything, because that is what my main aim is, to introduce you to Islam. Even if you are a Muslim or a non-Muslim, it doesn't matter, because Islam is so beautiful and it can be so powerful if you use it in the correct way. Assalamu alaikum everybody. Ramadan is ending and it's making me it's making me upset, like really upset, and I hope I can share this feeling. Like, the feeling is mutual among all the Muslims around the world. Please share my videos with other people so that they can also learn, and please comment and please like. Inshallah, alhamdulillah, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.